right foot back. Warrior one. Vinyasa. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Exhaling the right foot forward. Warrior one. Yes. Moving toward the hands with an exhale, step or jump your feet to the hands. Forward bend. Inhaling up. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale. This time, step your left foot back first. Warrior one. And then warrior two, opening. Reverse warrior. Side angle pose. Back to warrior two. Back to warrior one. Vinyasa. Stepping the left foot forward on your exhale. Warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. And side angle. Back to warrior two. Warrior one. One more vinyasa. With your exhale, step or jump up to the hands. Inhale, mountain. Now we'll go into moon salutations. So similar, but more yin, more relaxed. So connect with the lunar energy, the feminine, the night. Inhale, open the arms, visualizing the moon overhead. Exhale, hands together, bowing down. Step the left foot back into the low lunge. So your back knee comes down. And you might stay here or come into crescent moon. Either lifting the torso or also lifting your arms. You can keep your hands together or have your hands come apart. And then hands come back to the ground. Counter stretch is straightening the front leg, folding over the front leg, stretching the hamstring. So you can keep your foot down, your toes down, or it's a little more intense, I think, to lift your toes out. And then bend your front knee again into the low lunge. And deep in your low lunge, you look up. Here, exhale to downward facing dog. And then you lower the knees all the way to the floor. Push the hips back toward the heels. And then stay low as if you're pushing a ball on the ground with your nose. Come into cobra. And in our cobra, we turn to the one side, looking back at the foot, the heel. Turn to the other side. Send your cobra. Downward dog. Step the left foot forward. Crescent moon. Counter stretch. Low lunge. Exhale, forward bend. Roll up easy like a rag doll. One more moon salutation. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, bowing with gratitude. Now the right foot back. Crescent moon. Counter stretch. Low lunge. Downward dog. Mat. Hips back. The heels. Staying low. Coming to cobra. Turning to one side. Other side. Center cobra. Downward dog. And finally, step your right foot forward. Crescent moon. Counter stretch. Low lunge. Forward fold. Roll up slowly. Back to mountain. Pause here, noticing the energy in your body, mind, and heart after our sun and moon salutation. Inhale, reach up, hands together. Bring your hands to the top of the head. And we're going to work with the balancing squat. So we bend the knees. Maybe you're just coming down like in chair, or maybe you come down further. And play with moving up and down. You can also lift up your heels at the top. Two more. And on the last one, stay in your squat. You bring the hands in front, or you can touch the ground if you need to, of course. Back. Now let's work with tree pose, another balance. So you could just start with the kickstand if you don't feel very much balance in this moment. Or you might move your foot higher up. Try to avoid pressing directly on the knee though. And the hands might stay together or can open up like branches. Maintain mindful breathing. Good. And then if you want to play with another variation, you can bring your foot away from your leg, hold on to your knee, or maybe hold on to your toe, and or maybe send. Good. And bring your knee or your leg in front. Let go of it and reach up, reaching your core. Nice. And from here, let's go right into warrior three. So you can do it like airplane arms, or arms back, or arms forward. Relax, shake it out. I hope you remember which side you did, because we're going to do the other. So try it out. Opposite leg as your foundation for the tree pose. And allow yourself to be in a different shape on the two sides, maybe. You don't have to do the same on both sides necessarily. Bring a smile to your face. Don't take yourself too seriously in yoga or in life or in tree pose. And then working with the variation. Bring your knee or foot forward, extending And then try warrior 3. Good. Relax when you're ready, shake it out. All right, let's do some nice juicy circles. So your feet can be hip distance or a little wider. Just make some slow circles. Same direction a few times. Reverse. One more. And then we'll do a windmill. Arms out. Exhale, touching the opposite leg or foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Continuing, moving with the breath. One more on each side. Then let's step sideways on the mat for some triangle. Trikonasana. So first, turn your toes toward the lake, the right foot out, and reach out. Reach for the volcano. Reach down for your leg. Enjoy the stretch. Deepening the breath here. Use your leg muscles. Engaging the legs as your foundation. Using the legs and the core. Lifting up to the center. And then turn your toes to the other side, left. Finding your triangle on the opposite side. And coming back to center. Turn your toes forward, interlacing the fingers, squeezing the shoulder blades, bowing down. Counting 4 more breaths in this pose. And then let your hands come down to the ground. Pressing the left hand under the face. Inhale, twisting, lifting the right arm. Switching to the opposite side. Release. And come back up. And last but not least, goddess pose. So turn your toes out as far as you can to both directions, which is harder than it looks. And then we squat down to the goddess. Arms can be like cactus arms. Breathing deeply. Lower a little bit, 2 more breaths. Leaves. When you're ready, releasing your legs, shake it out. Any other standing poses anyone wants to do? Okay, I guess not. Good, we did enough standing and balancing for now. So let's come down, sitting on the feet. Feel yourself in this position. Feel your legs touching the ground. Lengthen the spine, lifting the heart, lifting the crown. Then if you want, you can bring your fingertips or your hands, your palms down to a back bend. Let your head come back or leave your head lifted. Releasing that back bend. Counter stretch is just touching your knees, tucking that chin toward the chest. Then let's come into the dolphin. So this is a forearm on forearms. It's much more difficult if you do it with your hands apart like this. If you want, you can interlace your fingers and that makes it a lot easier. And baby dolphin is where we start. So we stay on our knees and it's like this. So strengthening the core, strengthening the triceps. And in full dolphin, if you want to go for it, is with the knees up. Three more. And then rest in child's pose. And then you're ready, releasing child's pose, coming back to sitting. So, dolphin is a preparation for a headstand. How do you guys feel about headstand? You don't do it. Do you ever practice? Yes, yes. How do you feel? Okay, so let me show you. If you want to start to learn headstand, there's a thing you can do where you don't even lift your feet up. And if you already have a headstand practice, you can go into it, or you can watch. This is how I taught myself headstand when I was 12 years old using a book that did like step by step over time, right? Because most of us are not going to just go into a headstand on day one, right? But instead of kicking up or using a wall, this is a better method. So place your hands on your biceps to measure, and then create a cradle with your hands. Like the space between the crown and the hairline is where you're going to have to be balancing. So step one is just this, staying here for like 20 or 30 seconds, just getting used to being upside down. Step two is to step closer, and you still keep your feet down. Step three is to lift, but keep your knees bent, and eventually you then come into the full headstand. Okay, so you can play with whatever stage you're at, and then always rest in child's pose for like half a minute after your headstand. Your time, when you're ready, we're going to come into a lying down position on the back for some core strengthening and twisting. Just feel